Shalom everyone, this is Rav Natan. You're not Rav Natan, I'm Rav Natan. And this is Shana Cohen, the founder of Sunshine Interiors. Now, we kind of knew each other a little bit as a bit more youngsters than we are today. It's been awesome morning just catching up. I know Shana's husband very, very well. We kind of grew up together. So we've got a lot to talk about. But the reason that I wanted to bring Shana is because she is an interior designer and she knows a lot more than me about the building, I don't even know the words to use, right? But the design of people's homes. And what I want to discuss with her or with you is how that influences people's relationships. And that's not only husband and wife, that's also parents and children, right? Places for children to play. I mean, I've been in so many different homes that the kids have like this tiny little space over there, keep all of your toys over there and please don't come into my space, and my space is the rest of the house. So not just couples, but also couples and even bedrooms, bathrooms, all of that type of stuff. So Shana, do you want to just introduce yourself a little bit and then we'll get into it?
Okay, so hi, I'm Shana. I'm an interior designer. I've been in the business for about 8 years. Basically, what happens is we have 4 walls in general. 4 walls is a house, is a room. You can even have 6 walls. And the idea is to really create your own kind of space according to function. Okay, so when we're talking about different functions, in my opinion, a space, the better it's defined, the better it functions. For example, if you have a kitchen, most people know that they're in the kitchen. Sometimes spaces and open spaces, they flow into each other, not necessarily in a good way, and sometimes yes, in a good way. If you have a bedroom, it's important that that's defined as a bedroom and not as a bed / work / laundry area.
Laundry, oh my gosh, how many people in Israel, I don't know how it is in America, right? Because we have such a lack of space in Israel, people take, their laundry is like this, and so they put this stuff into the washing machine, and they bring the clothes out, and then they dump it on the couch, in the lounge room,
and then your lounge room is in the lounge room.
That's amazing, yes.
So the more we define our functions and our needs, and we have a space for everything, and you can do that in a compact space, even in Israel. It's very possible. What it does take is a lot of creative thinking and good planning, but you can maximize it. And I've done it because I've worked with different people with tiny spaces. We've really found a niche for everything, and sometimes what it takes is the person and their couple, their spouse, whoever it is, writing a list together. What do we need? Do we need a reading corner? We like to read, but our lounge room is too big for us. I want an armchair. I want to read with a light over me. Or do our children need a desk for homework, or do they need storage for games? Or can they both happen together? Something interesting about kids actually is a lot of people create playrooms for their children, but it really depends on the age. But children like to play in front of their parents, especially younger children. So that whole space of the playroom doesn't end up being used because
they bring the toys
out, and then the parents who thought they were going to have a clean lounge room is thinking, but you have a playroom, go to your playroom. And that doesn't end up happening. Obviously, the older they get, they do. So what I, a lot of the time, advise is for a storage area for toys. And know that the children will bring it out. They want to play next to you. They want your attention.
That's right. That's so amazing, because we just moved homes, as a lot of you know, and my amazing, brilliant wife, Meg. So instead of having, we don't have space for a games room, but in the old house, there was like a games area that was like cordoned off. And exactly as you're saying, the kids would bring all the games out into the lounge room anyway.
Right.
So what have we got now in the new home? The games are stored neatly in IKEA. IKEA stuff in the hallway, so that they can then bring that stuff out, and we know they're going to play in the lounge room.
But that's because you know your family. And the more in touch you are with your family and your needs, and there's no family that is the same.
Yes.
Some families, they can live somewhere before and they notice their kids actually prefer, they're maybe a little bit more introverted or quieter, but everyone knows their family so well. So it's within your power to understand your family. And I have to say that good design can also change bad habits.
Yes.
So let's say, for example, if you're used to coming in and like dropping your bag and throwing your coat and kind of not having a space, you can change that.
Yeah.
You can say, okay, I'm going to make a space so specific for coats.
That's where it's going.
That's where it's going. And no one can say anything, because if I say, put your coat away in the coat place, then no one's going to argue. Say, it's not like I don't have place, I didn't have time. It's right there. It's at the door.
You know what's so important for me in this is that so much upset and tension that I try and help people deal with within marriages and relationships. I'm just listening to you and I'm going, they just need Shana or someone else to tell them, because what is it? It's the kids keep leaving their bag in the wrong
100%.
place. Dad keeps leaving his underwear on the floor. Mum keeps it, and it's frustrating each one of them.
Sure.
When if there was just definition,
Yes.
then the problems would be solved.
Right.
You then do have people, characters that don't like definition
Right.
and work against definition, but I guess when you sit with them, you need to understand that about them.
Sure, but at the same time, nobody makes coffee in a bowl. There are
Okay.
coffee cups.
Okay, yes.
So if you don't have coffee cups, then maybe you'd make it in a bowl,
Yes.
correct?
Yes.
But because there exists that idea of a cup and a spoon, then it's very clear to you that makes a lot more sense than drinking coffee out of a
Very
bowl.
true. Very true. I often find that I push back on Meg's suggestions on these things, and then I take a breath and I'm like, oh no, she's 100% right on that. That makes a lot of sense. Structure.
Right, structure, but not in a it's not too much for someone. It's not like, oh, my house is rules.
Yes.
No, my house is encompassing of my needs. That's what the house is supposed to be.
Something else that this tells me is like this is, and I write it in my book, that when people don't have definition in themselves of their own functioning within a family, that's when everything gets muddled up. When the husband thinks he's the wife and the wife thinks he's the husband and the child thinks that they're the parents, right? And the parents think that they're the children, and it happens, and there's a lot of, I'm joking around about it, but there's a lot of pain in it when there's a mix-up, and it's such a Western society norm that everybody is the same and everything rather than being defined. And now you're telling me that works within the creation of a home space as well.
It helps the harmony.